Hey guys, welcome back to my Pinker. My name is Ingrid. Today's video is gonna be a little different to what I'm used to sharing, but honestly, these are my favorite type of videos because I get to connect with you, share a little bit of my story, and inspire you in case you are in the same place that I was last year. So literally today is my first vegan anniversary. Honestly, I am so happy. This is not the way I imagined I was gonna celebrate it. However, I think it is a nice plan to be able to open up and share with you how I transitioned to veganism and also all the benefits that I've been able to experience since then. I believe that we should compare our current self with our old self. In the place that I was in last year was honestly bad mentally and physically. Let me just share a little bit of what I went through so you can have an idea of all the allergies and the reactions I experienced last year. I think one thing that I honestly haven't shared is the reason that I never explored going vegan because of my food allergies. I had this misconception that vegans thrive with nuts, and since I've always been allergic to tree nuts and peanuts, I was just so scared to explore this type of diet and lifestyle just because I could hurt myself, and that's why I never explored it. And I find it really funny now that this is literally the reason why I explored veganism last year. So last year, before all of this quarantine, when we were able to travel, I went to Bali, and this trip literally changed my life. Not exactly being there in Bali, but actually the process of going there and coming back from there. So before I went to Bali, I was getting a little anxious just knowing that their main cooking oil and traditional dish might have some peanut cross-contamination, and I was just so scared. So this is why I went to my doctor literally a week before my trip so I could get a prescription, because I knew that it was about time that I got an EpiPen again, because I haven't been carrying one for a while. Honestly, I had a shellfish, a tree nut, and a peanut allergy all my life, so I know how to handle my allergens. But in this case, when you're putting yourself in a different scenario, in a different country, very far away from your loved ones, you have no idea how things are gonna go. Here in the US, you are unable to get an EpiPen unless you have a prescription. So this is why my doctor decided to test me again for food allergies. Honestly, I didn't see the point because I already knew that I was severely allergic to shellfish and peanuts. But oh well, I needed to do those tests again so I could get my EpiPen. I was like, all right. She's like, do you have any time to come by? And I told her, honestly, I don't have any time because I'm leaving in a few days. So thank you so much for this prescription. I'm going to take the EpiPen, I'm going to take the allergy medication, and once I come back from Bali, I'll come talk to you. I went to Bali, I had a lot of fun, but I was honestly struggling with food, and I've been struggling all 2018 with it. I was losing a lot of weight, and a lot of food was making me nauseous. And I kept exploring, and I realized that if I ate more veggies and more fruits, and I avoided wheat and food coloring, then my symptoms wouldn't be as bad. However, I was just struggling and I had no idea what I was going through. This is how I started to explore a few vegan options. So I substitute cow's milk for soy milk, and then I remember avoiding egg because honestly it just made me throw up all the time that I had it. And back in December 2018, I decided to reduce the intake of red meat because I have read so many articles and I knew it could aggravate some of my autoimmune diseases. So this is why I just personally decided to not eat that much red meat. I was probably eating red meat maybe like twice or three times per month. So when January 2019 hit, I remember thinking this is the year for me to be healthy, for me to focus on my health because I've been struggling so much with food. So it's time that I adopt that healthy lifestyle. I just had no idea how this was gonna happen. And I remember just praying to God, like, please help me so I can adopt a healthy lifestyle. But honestly, I wasn't doing anything on my own. I was just trying to like eat more fruits and veggies, but I was still snacking on cheeses. I was still having some chips and all of those things that I had no idea I was allergic to. So now that we have all this backstory, let's go back to Bali. I came back from Bali in April 2019. This is something I honestly think that God did it because there is no other way that this could have ever happened. The girl that was sitting next to me, she had like the most gorgeous hair, like very curly, super pretty. And I was sitting right next to her for the next 18 hours. So I thought, you know what? It might be cool for me to get to know this girl. Maybe she has a cool story. Maybe we can bond. And you never know, it could be good. Anyways, I'll be here for the next 18 hours, right? So I said hi to her. We started talking and I asked her why was she in Bali. So she explained me a little bit of her story and she told me that she had come to Bali to heal herself and specifically from all her eczema flare-ups and other autoimmune diseases that I believe chronic diseases that she was dealing with. So she opened up about her eczema story and how she went vegan. Her pictures are like it hurts me to see them, but I'm gonna leave you her blog on the description box below so you can get an idea on how she looked and honestly this big transformation she had after going vegan. She was able to heal her body from the inside to the outside. So when I came back from Bali and I was already in Dallas, that week I started to get these weird allergy reactions and I got like red dots all over my back and I had like red patches over here. I had no idea what was going on at that point. And I remember I had my doctor's appointment. So I went back that Friday that I was off. I went to my doctor's appointment. She told me that she wanted to talk about my food allergy test. So I told her it's okay. Like I already know I'm severely allergic to shellfish and to peanuts and to tree nuts. So thank you so much for giving me that prescription that I needed. But also I wanted to share with you that I'm thinking about stopping consumption of chicken. And she's like, well, I think you're gonna need that chicken. I'm like, why would I need that chicken? And also I'm no longer eating red meat. So I'm not gonna have red meat and I'm not gonna have chicken anymore. She's like, well, you're gonna need to because I just need to let you know that you tested positive for a soy allergy, for a wheat allergy, for an egg allergy, for a dairy allergy. Yeah, those 4 ones. So I was like, wait, what? So I remember when I was sitting with her, I was just thinking, I was blank. I had no idea. My first question was like, I just told you I'm not gonna eat more chicken and red meat. What can I eat? I'm literally allergic to everything and there's just no hope for me to go vegan at this point. And she's like, well, you just have to adapt to whichever foods your body can process, but I can't tell you anything else. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, thank you. I left so confused, but also really happy because I felt like all my prayers had been answered and I knew that this was my time to adopt a healthy lifestyle. I just had no idea how I was going to do it. So I went back to my place and I started reading all the labels and I realized, oh my goodness, like cheeses have sweets, have soy, have dairy. And then I looked into my cereal box, oh my goodness, this has wheat. And I started to look into all of the products that I had and I was literally allergic to every single product that I had in my house. I packed everything, gave it away, donated, and I went to the store. It literally took me 3 hours. 3 hours to be able to find food allergy friendly food. I was so confused. I had no idea where to start. So I took my time. I even had people coming at me and asking me, are you okay? Did you just got diagnosed with a gluten allergy? Because I can literally see that you're struggling. So I'm like, yes. I have no idea what to eat. And this beautiful lady just came and helped me and showed me where can I get a lot of gluten-free stuff. So that was nice. And it's good to know that there's people out in the community that are willing to help you when they see you super confused. Because honestly, I was very confused. That first month that I decided to go vegan, my skin, I honestly had the worst eczema flare up. Everything was so itchy and I remember Michaela's story. So I took a lot of pictures, I sent it to her. And I'm like, hey, this is what I'm going through. Do you think I can make it through? Do you think I'll be able to adopt a plant-based lifestyle and hopefully I can heal my skin from this? She's like, absolutely. So she sent me a lot of links, a lot of information, her blog, recipes, and a lot of voice notes that were super encouraging, that I knew that what I was going through was gonna go away. So Michaela went through TSW. This is topic steroid withdrawal. For those who don't know, basically when you have had a lot of steroids inside your body, when you decide to stop consuming those, whether that is in a pill, whether that's a shot, whether that's topical, your body is going to get all of those chemicals out, and your eczema flare up is going to look even worse than if you were using it. So when you use your steroid cream, for example, the symptom, the rash is going to go away. But all of those chemicals are going inside your body and they're doing something to your organs. That's why you need to try your best to not use them and try to heal with plants. So she did not disappoint, and all of the information that she sent me was very helpful. The more I read about it, I understood that that was exactly what I was going through, and I had no idea whether it was going to be a week, 2 weeks, a few months, or a whole year. So I was like, all right, this is time. I try a plant-based lifestyle. I had no idea where to start. I got a food steamer, and literally I was eating steamed veggies for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner. I didn't have a lot of options just because I honestly didn't know how to cook. And the YouTube and Pinterest became my best resources because I was able to find a lot of recipes, and I would try to recreate those recipes but without my allergens. And this is a challenge that I found myself, that every week I will try to create a new plant-based meal, and I will make sure that it was completely personalized so we wouldn't have any of my 9 food allergens. I know, a long list. So after this bad eczema flare up that I had, my body healed. My rash was gone. I was feeling a little better. See, the food wasn't making me sick anymore. The one thing I noticed right away is how my period improved. I've never shared this, but when I was eating all of my allergens, I used to faint, I would used to throw up, I used to have like these awful cramps, that there were a few occasions that I couldn't even go to work because the pain was just extreme that I couldn't get up. And once I eliminated all of my allergens out of my diet, I wasn't having those cramps anymore, and I could freely go to work even if I was on my period. So that was a really nice perk to experience, that I had no idea it was linked to all of the allergies that I had all my life. Once I healed in July, I remember thinking, do I stay plant-based or do I look into going back to eating the way that I was eating before but without my food allergens? And it just hit me. How you're nurturing your body is going to show in the outside. So my body was already rewarding me for all the delicious food that I was feeding it with. And if I were to go back to the old way, to my Omni days, I don't think my skin will be as good as it is right now. So I just decided to stay. And the more I researched, I learned what veganism really standed for. One thing that prevented me from going vegan long time ago is that every time that I would Google, I would look for someone that was vegan and had all the food allergies that I had, specifically tree nuts and peanuts back in the days, and I never found anyone. So when I got diagnosed with all these new food allergies, that was the first thing I did. Is there any vegan blogger that has all these food allergies? To my surprise, there was no one. Literally no one was sharing their journey on how they can eat plant-based without food allergies. So that's when I decided that I will be that role model. I will become that role model that I was looking for last year. And I couldn't find because I knew that people like me exist. And there's probably someone out there that is going through the same symptoms that I went last year. And now, if he or she Googles he and she will be able to find me. So that's what I wanted to do with my platform, and that's why I've been sharing more recipes and I've been experimenting with more food because I want to make sure that I still get to eat delicious food that I'm also providing amazing resources for those that have the same allergies that I do but are wanting to try a plant-based diet. So yeah, guys, that is my story, and honestly, it's been a crazy ride. I've tried so many new vegetables, so many new fruits, many grains, things that I've never had in my life that I felt in love with. I've discovered new spices and just ways to transform boring, if you want to call it boring vegetables into delicious dishes. So it's been so honestly, it's been a crazy year, and just getting to try vegan food overseas, here in LA, trying all of the substitutes that I know I probably need to make a video to share my favorite substitutes and how I was able to find those that I truly enjoy. And honestly, nowadays, I feel like more people are aware of plant-based options and there are more resources now. Mind blowing, right? There's just so many substitutes, and probably I need to make a video to share all of the substitutes for every specific allergy that I have. So if you want to see something like that in the future, let me know in the comment section below. But I really hope that this video inspires you, especially if you have my food allergies or if you're seeking to eat more plant-based meals. It's not a change that you do overnight. As you saw, mine kind of came from a slow transition, and all of a sudden there was a moment where I had no option. That was it. And I'm glad that was my case because I've been loving this plant-based lifestyle. And honestly, for someone that has so many food allergies, it's really hard to fall in love with a certain lifestyle because you know that eventually you're gonna have to give it up. But in this case, I feel like I'm not gonna have to give up veggies or fruits or grains in the future because they've been nurturing me correctly. And hopefully, this helps me to heal any of my allergens in the future. I mean, you never know, one can only hope. But thank you guys for watching. Really hope this was a little inspirational. I honestly have like clear skin right now. I have been able to recover the weight that I lost. I am eating delicious food, and I'm excited to continue to share my journey with you in this new year, to continue to create more recipes so those that have food allergies feel included. If you have any questions, please make sure that you leave me any comments in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see another story time, give me some ideas in the comment section below, and I would love to elaborate more on those. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed to iPinkett, make sure you do. So all you need to do is click this red button down on your screen. That way you come back for new recipes in the future. And if you have any friends that are trying to eat a little healthier or that currently struggle with some of the food allergies that I have, then make sure that you share this recipe. Well, not recipe. Make sure that you share this video with them. See, this is what happens. I'm so used to making recipes that when I don't do that, I get my ideas mixed up. But it's all good. Anyways, I love this story time. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting my journey. And I will see you next week with a recipe. Bye guys!